This point means categorize your content. Means put all, for example, put all the images in images folder, put all the JavaScripts in JS folder, and then if logging is not required for a particular folder like images, then turn off logging. In this way your CPU memory will be reduced, you will consume less memory. And if you really want to log your folders, then try to put logs on external disk or another server. Store or write your log to another disks. Now applications cache can be created. There are a lot of applications running on your IIS server. You can create cache memory, cache part of memory to store content and to deliver it faster. So how will you be able to create cache memory? You can use cache SRP property of Metabase. What is Metabase? Metabase is the property of IIS server. Metabase is a database file of IIS server which contains configuration for all the objects. What are the objects in IIS server? The objects in IIS server are like FTP server, web server, then computer object. So these type of objects have some properties, have some configuration, and that configuration is stored in Metabase, and we can change these properties, these configurations from the Metabase using Metabase editor. So there is a property called cache SRP to create a cache for applications. There is another property called ASP buffering. You can turn on ASP buffering to make regulated supply of content to the client's browser. Then another point is disable debugging. Disable debugging for your IIS server if you really don't require it. Session management configuration. You can disable session management for all the applications and then select one by one the applications for which you want session management. Do not use out of process applications. Try to use in process application and avoid out of process applications. There is a Metabase property session timeout, and you can use this Metabase property to know session time in particular website application. You can set timeout values for scripts and connections so that when scripts and connections are not running or are not being used, they can be timeout, and in this way they can release the memory consumption. Now you can also change IIS metabase properties by using an interface like a LDAP protocol. We use LDAP protocol to control and make changes to the Active Directory database. You can also make changes to IIS properties using Active Directory interface. It's called Active Directory interface, AD interface. When you make changes to IIS metabase properties or IIS metabase XML file, then automatically the properties are inherited by the child nodes. So you will be changing global properties, and these properties will automatically be inherited by child nodes. Another point is auto reset your IIS server. In the case of any hang or crash, of any service object, you can run your IIS reset.exe file, which is situated in system32 folder. So how to do that? Go to your My Computer console, then move to My Computer, then move to Application and Services, then move to Admin Service, and then the properties of Admin Service, go to Recover or Reset and set your file as in IIS reset.exe as a run file. Now you can also make changes to operating system configuration, application configuration, hardware configuration, users configuration, current user configuration, and system level configuration with the help of registry. So you can use a registry console by typing regedit on run. You can use that console to modify, to change configuration of your objects like OS, hardware, application, users, current user, local machine. So you can also make changes to these configuration using scripts. You can use scripts, you can use metabase editor to make changes. So I think these are some of the basic points which we can implement on our IIS server. So visitors, if you have any doubt, so you can team up with me. Actually, I don't believe in servicing clients or something like that. I want to do a R&D on a particular topic, and you have to help me in that. You really have to help me in that. So please mail me at my email ID. It's webmaster@extranetworld.com. So please team up, guys, and let's solve the issues by collaborating.